Greetings, everyone! Dragon Thunder X here, and we're here on to have another death battle. This time, Shigaraki versus Mahito. I said it's super dramatic. I don't know. RetroMary, what do you think?
You know what? I think it was just dramatic enough for JJK. A little too dramatic for my hero.
Yeah, maybe a little too dramatic.
God.
So, who do you think is going to win this epic battle of ultimate epicness?
Now, personally, I have been experienced in a decent amount of my hero scaling. I've had my own death battle arguments with people with things like Deku versus Ruby, which Kana knows way too much about that one on. But when it comes to this in particular, I feel like I could just safely say, with my experience with both series, I think Shigaraki just takes this. There's not a lot that I think that Mahito can do with his own skill set. The only thing I think he may have is speed, but even then, I don't know if that's enough, considering not only can Mahito touch the ground and then destroy everything that the light touches, but also has a million other quirks now due to the whole all-for-one shenanigans that was going on in his show.
Wow, he's fast! Hey, it's not his speed. He's using his quirks to warp.
He's using his quirks to teleport.
Oh my gosh. I'm also thinking Shigaraki is going to win. Mainly because he fought Deku. When Deku fully mastered his one for all abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think anyone in JJK could match that Deku's level of power. I mean, unless you're like
Right.
Gojo or Sukuna or something like that.
There is him also. I don't know if it was light speed, but there is him also being able to react and defend against Bakugo's attacks when he was essentially like amped up and essentially on his like deathbed, which I don't know how fast exactly that he was going, but it was much faster than anything we've really saw in My Hero so far.
Okay. I getcha. But let's enjoy this episode for what it is, right?
Yeah, fair enough.
Alright.
Show me.
Shigaraki versus Mahito. The symbol of fear versus the human disease.
Oh wait, you can't see the episode, huh?
Yeah, the episode. Show me the episode. Let me see it. Let me see it.
No!
Dang. Well, sorry guys. Guess the reaction's being cut short. I can't get to see it anymore.
Cue outro, go!
Wow.
Came a new name, Tobara Shigaraki.
Oh,
And an
wow.
Absolutely nightmarish quirk.
Yeah.
Wait, so his name wasn't always Shigaraki?
Anything Shigi touches
No.
with all 5 fingers turns to dust.
Interesting.
The perfect power for someone who just wants
Yep.
to destroy.
Citywide raid. Yo, it's over.
I'm telling you.
It's over.
Let me tell you right now. I'm serious when I tell you the My Villain Academia arc gave the League of Evil, or like I forget what it's called, League of Villains, so many buffs. It's crazy.
Dude, yeah, this is. Oh, it's so over for Mahito.
That pretty wide range one specifically from My Villain Academia.
Hands are his thing, but come on, they just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics.
That was
those
your
are
aura.
real hands from his family.
What?
Killed, attached
Oh!
to his face, and explicitly commanded to be
Yeah.
left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
He started off relatively weak.
Yeah,
It
Shigaraki's
rapidly
story's a little
increased in
fucked
power
up.
and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything
gosh.
that touches something
The
he's
things that are connected to
decaying
that
also
object that get
decays.
destroyed. What? Okay, so yeah, he just touches the ground and Mahito dies.
That's what we were saying. If you touch the ground, the buildings are forfeit. Anything on the ground is forfeit. Again, citywide rage.
After years of training with
Was that Doofus merch?
Nope, that was Redestro. When the fight that Shigaraki had to go through to actually unleash the citywide power.
The #1
Jeez.
hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses
League. Wait, what did he say? No. What did he say? League of Legends. Yeah, I played that one. Only on solo mode though. What do you mean?
He uses gamer
What?
lingo unironically.
You've lost the point of
He
League of
whines
Legends.
like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life.
Oh.
But they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all.
Don't call me out
Only
like
through
that.
struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All For One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight.
What?
He conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front.
Okay, how is Mahito supposed to win?
Army.
All to impress
have
All
no
For One's
idea.
personal quack.
Why is this a debate?
Months upgrading Shigaraki's
I
body
have
to
no
make it
idea
more
how
like
he's
his
supposed to win.
sensei's.
All I
It
know
had
is
been
that
constant
Shigaraki's
agony, but
a
Shiggy
little
went from
kooky.
Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability.
You almost got Endeavor?
I forgot about the
Even
experimentation
All Might's
buff.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky.
Wait, that's
We've
from the
calculated
movie.
that before to be nearly 80 million megatons of TNT,
Wait, that's
almost
from the
as much
movie,
as the
though.
meteor that wiped out the dinosaurs.
And
That's from the
Shigaraki
Damn!
can fast enough that his
The
body
World
produces
movie.
hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough
Yep.
enough to
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's just light speed.
Now the new
Yep.
name for my penis. Move over, gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a
Oh, yeah, he
blast
also
so
did
big it
survive
showed him
that.
against the curvature of
Okay.
Though he might
Little
seem
broken.
invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So decay became
There's this.
more hands.
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate
What?
fire into existence, seemingly oceans of it
The
in an
final
instant,
fight.
whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close
What the
combat.
hell?
It's nothing compared to
Yo,
Again.
wasn't My Hero supposed to be about cool kid heroes learning how to use their powers?
quirk.
All for
Pause,
one's
pause,
quirk,
pause.
all for
You need
one,
to understand
allows
one
its
thing
user to
about him.
steal and
What?
Shigaraki is a little silly, okay? he's just a little silly.
He's really silly. Oh, I could just mutate. I could just like whatever the word is, transmutate my freaking flesh. Okay.
He could transmutate his flesh to make more, so many more hands that they had to create an entire. Literally, the way they tried to beat him, and again failed until Deku arrived because the plan went wrong, is they put him into this thing called the Coffin in the Sky, which is an entire like prison made of chunks of metal that essentially they can't keep around the same place for too long, otherwise Shigaraki will just decay it. So they have to reconstitute it every single time he touches the ground.
That sounds dumb.
Shigaraki's a little kooky. Deku had to fight that.
How did Deku win?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen the final season yet.
Greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All For One. So what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for one's quirk, all for one, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And
Well, that's not gonna work on Mahito, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Each quirk
Because that would be a little buzzy if he just touches Mahito. It's like, oh, your powers are mine. Oh, we gotta pop up. We gotta pop up. Though created from biological quirk factors, vestiges are described as being souls and spirits. It is even remarked that the vestige of All Might within One for All becomes more clear as he gets closer to death.
Are they gonna argue that if he can touch his soul because of how? Are they gonna argue that if he touches Mahito's soul because of how domain expansion works, he can theoretically take his powers?
That would be crazy.
That would be an interesting claim, but I'm just seeing if the pieces come together right now.
Should it be invaded?
And with those vestiges came quirks like super fast healing, air blasts, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation.
Yo, why he has so many powers?
He can even combine multiple quirks
Again,
together,
All for
like
One is an
it's as big
insane
as
quirk.
electric Kamehameha.
It's been growing for years, and now Shigaraki just has it. Also, a lot of them got destroyed.
Oh my gosh.
And some can even fight for control.
But still, he's got a lot of quirks still. It's just that he's a lot less powerful than he was when he fought
All for One's vestige. That means All for One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tenko's grandmother.
Oh, that to mess with All Might.
What?
He manipulated Shigaraki's
All for One is
entire
kind of a
life,
little silly.
all for one purpose. To create a soul so corrupted,
Man is
it
a
would
petty
grind
bitch
away at
that
All Might's
wants
perfect
all-
world,
that wants-
allowing
that wants
All
All
for
Might to
One
suffer.
take full control.
So he planned for
All for One's
15 years
possession
to
wasn't
make the worst
complete,
villain he
and
can
Shiggy
fight.
managed to fight his way
That's
to the top.
actually insane.
And make that his own body.
That's actually crazy.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too
This
far
story's
gone.
fun.
His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All for One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be
Damn.
remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though,
Damn.
Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life. The one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him.
Aw, that's deep, actually.
Robin Hood Gold, you can
Yeah,
now enjoy
no,
the
there's
VIP
a reason
treatment,
why
receiving
Shigaraki is just one of the
3%
better
IRA
characters
match
in My
on
Hero
time
Academia.
contributions.
But that also makes me like Deku more.
Are no longer exclusive.
Fair.
With Robin Hood Gold, your
Deku's
annual IRA
pretty
contributions
decent.
are
He's just
boosted
kind of,
by
you know,
3%.
what is
You
it?
also get 4%
Too much of a
in
crybaby?
cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over
Not
8
even.
times the
Not
national
even at this
savings
point. Because, like,
average.
again,
The
remember, he
perks
was
of the
just
high
breaking
net
his
worth are
bones every
now
time he was
available
using his
for
powers.
anyone.
I gotta understand it, crying.
To receive your 3% boost on annual
I don't know, fam. I don't know. All I know is that Deku is basically Superman and Shigaraki is...
Match requires Robin Hood Gold at $5.
I don't know who Shigaraki would
no.
be.
Deku was Spider-Man. Get it right.
No. Deku is Superman and Shigaraki is Spider-Man. Get it right.
Okay, fine. Well, at least give that Deku has Spider-Man's powers. Seriously, black whip and float. What the hell?
That makes him more like Daredevil, honestly.
Ever since
Fair
Cain
point,
slew
never
his
mind.
brother Abel and wetted his field with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
Don't you like
But what if
curses?
this fear took on a life of its own?
Shit,
What if
fam,
all
that's
that
crazy.
negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies
Don't remind me of
and
Shibuya incident. Don't remind me of Shibuya
forming
incident.
over
Oh my
time
god.
a living being fueled by
Well,
the
his story takes place in the Shibuya incident. Of course, I'm gonna bring it up.
the jungle.
Well, then
True,
you have the
but
special
goddamn it.
grade curse with the
My
patch
heart,
face,
my heart.
Mahito. Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had.
Mahito is one of the deadliest
AK
enemies to
patch
ever
face,
afflict
few months
mankind.
old,
He's no
unregistered.
mere mortal,
Special.
though.
Oh wow, he's the same height as the main antagonist of the book I published.
Oh shoot.
Like the fear of locusts.
I didn't even know that.
Kinda
That's
weak.
sick.
Or the fear of ginseng bloodlust. Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman
What?
conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing
Yeah.
but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world,
This is
and
Yuji's
Mahito
rival.
is the wolf.
which also makes him kind of a stretch and shape-shift his body.
Oh, he's like Popeye.
Anything he wants, like Play-Doh.
Pretty much,
He can
yeah.
turn his
Well,
limbs
obviously he
into
doesn't have
blades or
all the
clubs,
powers of
grow
Popeye,
wings
but
like
like
Yeah, I mean, of
he-
course.
he has.
reform
Yeah.
his body around injuries.
Oh, so his regeneration is crazy then.
Naturally unharmed by their own ability.
Yes,
Should he
his
touch a
regeneration
human,
is
though,
insane.
his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration
Wow.
isn't directly
Oh,
fatal,
what?
the human body
I didn't
won't
know
last more than a
that.
few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch. God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers
Holy God,
sees
Broomstick.
humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets
Okay.
to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity. Essentially, a
Also, so he's definitely gonna be getting human outside hell, just so he can have weapons.
Yeah.
Mahito is
Absolutely. He's
unbelievably
gonna use them
creative
as
with his application of idle
If they didn't, they wouldn't be able
transfiguration,
to
and despite being a
show
newborn
his
curse,
power set
consistently keeps
as well as
experienced
they could.
sorcerers on the back foot.
It
Wow.
helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort. Exponentially
What?
multiplying its
That's how it works?
1.5.
I would say that's how it works. I knew there was a flow state for Jujutsu sorcerers.
Fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes
All I
moving
know
nearly
about
1,000
the
times the speed
120% of his
sound.
potential.
Dang!
What
Mahito
the
also unlocked the
fuck do you
pinnacle
mean
of
that-
sorcerer
that
techniques.
the
The
mo-
Domain.
No, because okay, let me scroll back as to show you what they like how Black Flash works here. It says here, Black Flash. Yeah, the impact is equal to a normal hit to the power of 2.5. When an impact of cursed energy is applied within 0.000001 seconds of a physical hit, a distortion in space is born.
I knew that Mahito was able to apply his what is it called? Domain expansion within 0.2 seconds. But I didn't know that what's it called? I didn't know he went that fast. That's a
Factor of
little insane.
2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound.
Jeez.
It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the king of curses, Sukuna.
Which meant Mahito's ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that.
Oh wait, that means if he did the domain expansion to Shigaraki, that would mean All for One would show up.
Hang on. There is the fact that he did this twice.
So he made it his
The
mission to
first time
crush
Sukuna
Yuji's
did that.
spirit
The second
before.
time,
But
he did
the
it
reason
so fast
no,
that
no. The reason he did that the second time was because he had experience with Sukuna. He wouldn't think to do that to Shigaraki because he doesn't know Shigaraki has another soul in him.
Cursed Jogo was able to summon
That's
a
a fair
massive
point.
meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
Other side materials such as Cursed Flash and Phantom Parade show that Mahito is relative to his fellow disaster curses in sparring sessions. Gege had, or is it JJ? Or is it, how do you pronounce that?
Gege.
Gege has also said that Jogo would die to 5 Black Flashes from Yuji, and Mahito can survive several from both him and Todo. They're scaling him?
Hang on. They're using the mobile game and the fighting game for this?
I mean, if it's canon, why not?
Fair enough.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can take as good as he can give, especially when, in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved,
His ultimate
unlocking
form.
a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and arm blades.
Wow.
This was a taste of the almighty curse
Love
Mahito was
Mahito.
growing into. A true
Nick
blight
really
on all
sounds like an edgy
mankind.
14-year-old with these names.
Resolve Yuji.
That's crazy.
You
What?
see that join button? Yeah,
All
Yeah.
that's your ticket to being a death battle champion.
I don't have the money for this. Stop it.
Extra videos, live chats, and
So
send
I'm
us your
learning
own matchup ideas.
an
And the
interesting
support helps
thing
us
here.
make
What's
even
up?
I
more
didn't
death
know.
battles.
I
So
forgot about
thank
the
you
fact that
for
you had
being a
to
champion.
touch their soul to kill a curse.
Yes.
All right, the combatants are set,
That being
and we've
said,
run the data
I
through
think
all
they're gonna give a very
possibilities.
interesting thing where Shigaraki technically can't kill him, but Mahito doesn't really have much in terms of being able to kill Shigaraki either.
Well, let's
until
find
the
out.
last instance.
There's only one character. I mean, oh, there she is. Oh, that's it. That's who the internet was lusting over. Hang on.
Is that the person? Was that the person? What?
Hang on. This is the character that I was seeing posted all over Reddit.
What the heck? Okay, I guess her body gets used for transfiguration. I don't know.
Y'all people are so down bad for a side character. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully we get to see more of her. Oh,
Guess
wait.
not.
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition. Sickum.
Oh, what? Oh, he's throwing no moves?
Yeah, he can teleport different people. This includes Nomu.
That's crazy. How the hell is Mahito beat them?
One's a crazy quirk.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit. Fair point. Fair enough.
Did you actually just say that? God, how lame!
He just trying to kiss him?
Yeah. To be fair, I think they're portraying Mahito very well. He does also have the ability to make clones of himself, but only one clone. But only the real body can use the.
Did I get the
What's it
part?
called? Can adjust souls.
Wait, what did? Oh my gosh. Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a vine.
Black Flash.
They're using a lot of all for one moveset.
Well, I mean, if he can do it, why not?
I'm really going into ultimate form.
No, not. Oh.
Oh right, he can't regrow, but he can just make more hands.
Domain expansion.
Oh.
Here it is. I like the fact that he's holding the hands. That's fun.
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy is mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Huh?
Here he is.
Oh, there he is! There's the guy! Oh my gosh.
And there, you can physically, physically destroy the domain expansion with his quirk.
You were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason. You grow up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What did I say, Wiz? Like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to figure out, which is why.
Wait, before we hear this, I do want to go back. Because I didn't get to hear what he was saying to him.
Sorry, my bad.
Hands off my masterpiece.
Oh, wow.
I felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason. You grow up.
What did I say, Wiz?
Well, JJK is 2 for 2.
Complex power sets. This match was
Yeah,
a
no,
puzzle to figure out.
my
Which is why we're breaking it down
Decay
into
again
three
is a
categories.
crazy quirk.
Physical stats, survivability.
Wait, not JJK. What am I talking about?
My hero, yeah.
Could Shigaraki
Well, no, not even my hero. Who was I talking about?
Invisible curse
Yeah.
after all?
I got some. I'm just stupid.
Notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't
Don't
be
worry
able
about
to
that.
see curses normal.
Wait, what are they saying?
Even regular humans can spontaneously develop and be able to see.
Curse after all. That's one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normal. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the Surge quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
Curses are invisible due to existing on a different
Right.
spectrum of light than what normal people can see. Extrasensory
Right,
abilities like Shigaraki's that do not rely on visible light would be unimpeded. Interesting.
Right, I forgot early on all
Seeing
for one
Mahito wouldn't have
search
been an issue.
quirk.
With
That's
that
what he
out of
was
the way, we
doing
can
at the
jump
beginning
into
of that
their
fight.
stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curse
Oh, another
being
one.
able to destroy entire
Mahito could tenuously scale to Mai and Yozuru's construction techniques due to his status as a special grade disaster curse. But these still would not surpass Shigaraki's strength.
cities with their cursed energy. Shigaraki scaling to Deku and Bakugo
Yeah.
meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
He was faster, too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the
Mahito could potentially scale to relativistic and light speed feats from Jujutsu Kaisen's final arc due to keeping up with Todo, but these still would not surpass Shigaraki's speed. That's
speed of
true.
sound. Nothing to
Oh,
scoff at,
okay,
but
I didn't
Shiggy
know
was
that
thousands of times faster.
Shiggy would be able to go to light
takes
speed.
stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability
Yeah.
to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any.
Idle Transfiguration's unique ability to nullify regeneration, like Reverse Curse technique, is predicated on it damaging souls. Mahito could not ascertain and directly target a super regeneration vestige. Therefore, he could not stop Shigaraki from healing bodily injuries.
Any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via Idle Transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Wow!
Presents a crucial question.
Was a
Could
surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield.
Shigaraki survived multiple one-for-all transfer attacks from Deku, which directly attack the soul and reflect identical damage on the body. Just like Idle Transfiguration, his body evolved to counter these punches
The
effectively.
effects of Idle
I did not
Transfiguration.
know that
The
Awful
fact
One
that
apparently
Mahito could not avoid
attack the
targeting
soul.
Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk.
Even if Shigaraki could not target spiritual matter, Nanami states that a curse like Mahito would still die after expending all their cursed energy. Wait, what? Given Given Shigaraki's massive physical advantages, arsenal of abilities, and proven 45-day stamina versus Gigantomachia, he easily wins the war of attrition.
Decay has affected
true that
spiritual beings
cursed
in the
spirits
past.
do happen.
Again, vestiges.
Regain cursed
In fact,
energy.
he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul.
Shigaraki's soul is additionally shielded by a barrier of pure hatred distinct from his soul itself. Idle transfiguration has been blocked by Nanami's curse energy, which is born from negative emotions like hatred. What?
Has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were
My
able
Hero
to fight
weird.
him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki
Idle transfiguration allowed Mahito to separate parts of his body affected by decay before its effects spread. However, with Shigaraki's overwhelming speed advantage, he cannot do so forever.
the third and final edge. It was a unique duel to
That's
Shigaraki's
crazy.
overwhelming,
What?
unstoppable powers.
Yo!
Yeah,
Oh my god, I really am becoming the average reaction channel. I'm just going, yo, that's crazy. What?
Tomura Shigaraki.
But no, yeah.
Next time
Shigaraki is a
on
little is a little actually super strong.
Alright.
Rip it there until it is done.
And this is the funeral for Master Chief.
Thanks for watching.
Man, shout out to the poor man. You hate to see it.
Yep. Okay, so what did you think of that death battle?
I did like the reference they used to both series. I liked that a lot of it I did actually agree with for when it came to Shigaraki and JJK. I kind of knew coming in that Shigaraki really didn't have a thing, although I will admit that the question of whether or not Shigaraki could actually touch his soul is a thing, but as soon as domain expansion comes into play, that's pretty much over, considering that decay can just affect domain expansions. So it would be
Yeah.
Mahito's soul. Granted, I don't think the way he killed them would have been the way that it would have worked, but you know, that's not that. I don't know. I feel like I'm slightly splitting hairs there, but oh well.
Anyways, I hope you guys had a wonderful time watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It does a lot to tell me what you guys want from my channel and all the extra content coming into it as well. Especially when it comes to the memes that I've currently uploaded. Well, hope you guys have a wonderful time. See you next time.